from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we are living the Route 66 dream in Clinton, Oklahoma. I am Harley. Quick update on Brett and his son Carson. Carson is healing well, no more tubes. He's at home, comfortably demanding the full attention of both of his parents. Hopefully Brett's going to be back very soon. But if you need a Brett fix, we have another Brett interview with the curator of Route 66 Museum. And we're going to jump to that right now.
Tell me about the history of the museum, and then we'll jump into the history of the road a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. The Route 66 Museum here in Clinton, Oklahoma, it officially opened on September the 23rd, 1995. And I've actually been here since way before, so I've pretty much relived and lived Route 66 from 1989 until now. The Route 66 Museum here in Clinton is really the place to come to get the ultimate Route 66 experience. It is the largest history museum from Chicago, Illinois, all the way to Santa Monica, California, that's actually dedicated to the history and culture of the road.
Wow.
And of course, as we know, Route 66 is the most famous historic highway in the world.
Mm-hmm. I even know that, and I've only been around for about 41 of those years. And grew up on the TV show, Route 66.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, what our museum does here is it just offers our visitors I guess you could say, a personal journey through the actual history of the nation's most revered highway. And each of our rooms in the galleries represent a different 10-year time period. Mm-hmm. So it tells the history of the road from the beginning of the road in the 1920s through the end of the road in the 1970s. Each room is a different 10-year time period.
Oh, wow.
We have many, many families that visit here. There's something for the entire family. We even have cubicles for children and hands-on experience so they can learn as well.
You're not far from, and I'm not trying to, are you right in the center of town in Clinton?
Pretty much.
Okay.
We're actually more or less on the actual south side.
Okay.
As Route 66 comes into Clinton, right here where we're located is actually one of the last alignments of Route 66 that went through Clinton.
Now, is there not
the business loop?
Is there not an old motel still there on? It reminds you. It's nostalgia central right there. If I'm not mistaken, I know I've been by this museum. I think I went there for something else and didn't have time to stop in the museum. But it's right up my alley. I really wish I would have stopped by and seen this thing. So, in terms of the road, we know that it was designed to go from East Coast to West Coast. Was that its main function?
Yes. More and more automobiles were being made in the 1920s, and there became a need for a federal highway to connect our nation from the east to the west. So Cyrus Avery, here from Oklahoma, actually, formed a highway commission and started working for the development of the road. And then it actually became a national highway in 1928. So
yes. In terms of, I know that it's broken up now, obviously. I'm trying to think in my mind where all the, there's usually like a historical marker, and it's kind of confusing as to where, if you're looking to, I know Paul McCartney a few years ago took Route 66 as far as he could.
He stopped here at the museum.
Did he really? Oh,
yes, he did.
Cool.
That was quite an honor, but he begged for us not to let anybody know, and so we did honor his wishes, but that was really hard to do so.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, but he finally got off of Route 66 because people would,
they
would
caught
not
on.
leave him alone.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So how long have you worked for the museum?
32 years.
Now, lifelong citizen of Western Oklahoma, Clinton area?
Yes, I am. And I actually even grew up along Route 66 between Weatherford and Clinton. So
is that right?
It's very special to me. And maybe that is one of the reasons I've been here so long. I enjoy telling the history about it. I enjoy living the history. Redone the galleries a few years ago, totally updated them to the 21st century from the grand opening time. And we have a new room, which is called the Now and Future Room, because Route 66 has so much to offer today. Many, many families are traveling Route 66 as a special vacation package. We have thousands of visitors from all over the world that travel Route 66 from Chicago to Santa Monica. So we try to put a new exhibit out each year in our Now and Future gallery. Right now we have a beautiful photo exhibit by Jim Ross and Shelley Graham. Beautiful photos of icons along Route 66. So
wow.
We try to change that out every year, and also every 2 years we have the Oklahoma Route 66 Hall of Fame event, which hundreds of people come from Oklahoma to see who actually is inducted into the Hall of Fame. And then we have just a lot of events that just come up from time to time that we have. And sometimes they're not really booked too far in ahead, but we always try to put it out on social media.
Because it's a big deal. I mean, a lot of people take this particular roadway. I mean, it's a passion project for a lot of people. How many visitors do you think you guys get every year roundabout?
Well, actually, I do a demographic report on our visitors yearly, monthly, and then into the year. This past year, we've had 52,000 visitors that have stopped here in Clinton at the on Route 66 Museum.
Now, do you have like a... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Probably 30% of these visitors, or 40, are from other countries.
Because it's so unique in the sense that it really is a destination. Do you have like a sign-in? Is there a guest book that kind of gives you an idea where everybody's from, or is it just kind of...
Yes.
Okay.
No, we have a sign-in book, and that's actually where we pull our demographic report.
Wow.
They sign in and where they're from.
And there's no telling how many people don't sign in.
Oh, yeah, I know. You can't just make them.
Yeah.
But most all people are willing to sign in, and we have volunteers that, say, please sign our guest book, and most all people do not mind at all. There may be maybe 3 or 4 in a month that won't sign in, but it's just amazing to see where probably every country has been represented.
Is that right?
We've had Harley groups from every country.
Oh, man.
That have visited the museum, and sometimes we'll have one Harley group that's in here and 2 others will pull in.
Right.
Many of these people do not speak English, so we go out to the lot and try to get in touch with the guide and get them all ready to come in. So, yeah, never a dull moment here.
There is a lot to do in Oklahoma, and a lot of people that live here forget how steeped in tradition. It sounds crazy, but how steeped in tradition we are, and how important. When they think Route 66, they think of Pops, Pops and Arcadia, which is cool. Arcadia is a nice,
right?
It's a cute little area,
It is.
But we forget that this is a huge part of that belt. We're a huge part of that beltway on Route 66. There's no doubt about it. We're right smack dab in the middle of it. So,
absolutely. And, Oklahoma has more drivable miles of Route 66 than any other state.
And that was what I was going to ask you, too. Now, maybe we should have asked you a little bit earlier. In terms of how far can you go from as far west to this direction, how far can you go on Route 66 before you have to, take a left?
Well, approximately 300 miles of it you can actually travel.
Wow.
And the entire length of the road from Chicago to Santa Monica, you can travel 80% of the road. Man. But this state of Oklahoma has more drivable miles than any of the other states. So I guess we've kept it pretty well preserved.
For a 2-lane highway?
There are signs that are put up on a volunteer basis by
Really?
the Oklahoma Route 66 Association, and then sometimes towns. But the problem is we have many people that visit the museum that say, well, if we could just travel the road better.
Mm-hmm.
So we explain to them that many of those signs, people just steal them along the road.
Oh, of course. I mean, I think in terms of road signs, I don't think there is a more iconic sign than Route 66. And if I'm wrong, you're not from around here.
No, you're absolutely right.
I just feel like you can go anywhere in the country and see a bumper sticker or a magnet at a truck stop of Route 66.
You're so right.
I just think it's it's just it's a national treasure, but it's so important to the state of Oklahoma.
And it's amazing. We sell hundreds of guidebooks in our gift shop of how to travel Route 66. People, they really want to travel and relive the history or learn more about the history of the road. It's just amazing, all the people that are doing the Route 66 vacation.
Excellent. Well, Pat, that's all I need right there. I think that says everything. And what I love about Oklahoma, I've talked from business owners from Idabel to clear up Northeast and Claremore, all over. What I like about Oklahoma is, I've been here my entire life. I want to talk to people that are passionate about what they're doing, passionate about where this is a great place to live. And I think there are a lot of people around the country, and that's part of the reason why we're doing a podcast, and not doing something that's more local is to give not only Oklahomans an idea, but give the rest of the country an idea of just what they're missing. I mean, we were doing some research earlier. Oklahoma is the number 2, I think it was like number 2 best place to retire in the United States on a list of 50. We're number 2. I mean,
you're so right about that.
It's not a bad. We're not doing bad. You know, it's like in the song. You're doing fine, Oklahoma.
Right.
We're doing pretty good.
It's a great state, isn't it? For sure.
It really is.
It's just amazing how many people travel here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, via Route 66, and they're so excited to be in Oklahoma.
And
so excited to be here at the museum, where a lot of people that live here in Oklahoma do not realize, you know.
It's funny, and you say that, and I tell this to people a lot of times because I talk to people from all over the country and sometimes all over the world. Me and my co-host, Harley, were in New Mexico. It's been probably 4 or 5 years ago. And we were in a Walmart, and the lady said, well, you guys don't look like you're from around here, because I think we had 5 or 10 things that said New Mexico on it, so that's a dead giveaway. We're not from the neighborhood.
Right.
You said, yeah, we were like, yeah, we're from Oklahoma City. She's like, oh my, I've always wanted to go there. And what's funny about that, Pat, is when you walk out into the parking lot of this Walmart, there is a mountain vista. It looks like it's something right out of a Louis L'Amour book. I mean, it's just, and you think to yourself, why would you want to leave that? But people do. And I think ever since the Murrah building and the Memorial Museum, that's brought a lot of people. There's been a huge surge in infrastructure in Oklahoma City. And I think it's affecting everybody. I mean, I really think
I think so too.
I think it's growing, and people are we're becoming a beacon.
I totally agree with that.
Well, Pat,
because they've actually visited Oklahoma and they can see that firsthand.
Yes, absolutely. And again, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for being so kind and willing to talk to me today. And
absolutely, a pleasure to visit with you too, and always a pleasure to tell everyone about how great Oklahoma is.
Absolutely. So Pat, let me ask you a question. I'm assuming this is a silly assumption, but I'm going to ask anyway. Route 66 Museum has a Facebook page, correct?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
we are on social media. Absolutely.
So if people want to get a hold of you, not maybe necessarily you personally, but get in touch with or be a part of the movement with the Route 66 Museum, they can find you on Facebook. Do you have is there a web page out there as well, or just the Facebook page?
Yes, we also have a web page, and it's rt66mus.org. Facebook page, Instagram, yes, we're on all the social media as well, Twitter.
And if they want to give y'all a call,
they can call here at the museum at 580-323-Route 66.
Awesome. Pat, again, I appreciate your time. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you so much for taking time out.
Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate you considering the museum as well.
All right, so if you haven't been to the Route 66 Museum, I absolutely love this museum. It is nostalgia central for anybody that loves Route 66, old cars, the open road trips. It's a must. So definitely, if you're in the area, check it out. Now, they do have some COVID updates. Currently, they have a 30 visitor max. So depending on the time of day, you might have to wait for a bit, but it's well worth it. They are also requiring face masks and social distancing from people that are outside of your own group. So again, check them out. And if you're going to check out the Route 66 Museum, be sure to check out the Clinton Water Zoo and White Dog Hill Restaurant. We have episodes that cover both of those. I'll put links in the show notes for a quick jump to those previous shows. If you like today's show, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future shows. We have quite a few shows lined up for you, and subscribing will guarantee that you don't miss them. So thanks for listening. This has been the Only in OK Show. I am Harley, and we're out of here.